Combustion.
Whoa, 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 whoa. They're running the game with my team making plays. Talking 80, my G's, wanting jewels in this place. Surrounded by dogs, keep the quarterback safe. I'm the one with the plans, they gon' do what I say. The game is not over, we don't celebrate in the end zone. We don't got no time in the wait. Ain't trying run down, we don't premeditate. We just go and get to it, we got them on skates. If the game going to overtime, kicking the overdrive, we gon' be first at the finish line. Play looking full, but I finish mine. Can I get second? We gon' line up like it's dinner time. We put in work till we get us a ring. Super Bowl season, we running the scene. Ain't trying to home of the realest that breathe. Keep your face down when you talk to the king.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the H-Town Rundown. This is your boy AD, and I got my co-host in the building. We got Clayton in the building. I got our very, very special guest. We got Mr. Blastoff himself. We got D Blastoff in the building. What up, fellas? How y'all doing on this great, wonderful Friday night?
No complaints, man. Happy belated Christmas to everybody who celebrates.
Happy belated Christmas.
There you go.
And you gotta have a Merry New Year coming up as the Houston Texans. But before we get started, I want my boy Darryl D to go ahead and introduce himself, man. We've seen you making rounds on this Twitter, man, and on this social media and on this YouTube, TikTok as well, man. Getting these interviews in at the game, talking to Larry Staff and other people around, and getting all of these insights, live insights, man. Tell us about yourself, brother, and where we can find you and follow you. Nope. Starting off wrong already. You gone, man. Mike is out of there.
Oh, my bad. Hey, my bad.
There you go.
My bad. Mike was on mute. Mike was on mute. My bad. I had muted the mic. I didn't want to interrupt you guys. Yeah, sorry. But like I was saying, man, I'm just blessed, man, to be amongst like-minded, Texans fans, man, because this is what I'm all about. I'm the host of the Real Texans Talk, and those that know me and follow my content, man, I go around, man, just getting the vibes of the fans. Because I'm always at all the games, and so I thought about, I don't really see too many people just going around on a regular basis, getting the vibe of the real truth vibe of the fan bases on any side, on the Texan side or opponent side. We are what makes these teams go. Because without the fans, the teams, they can't. You don't have a team without the fans to support those teams. So I think it's real important, man, to just get out there and provide the feels and the heat of the street from the real fans and the fan bases of these teams, because that's what matters the most, man.
Yeah, you getting all that info down in the nitty gritty, man. Where it really matters. Because let's be real. That's where the good old sports radio 610, ESPN 97.5, that's where they get all the info from.
That's right.
They get it from the fans. They get all the talking points, all that from the spaces, from the Twitter, the quotes, the YouTubes, the shorts. They get all of that from everybody, and they just go ahead and regurgitate what everybody's thinking. No original on sports radio.
You said a mouthful there, because you'll be reading something like, didn't I say that?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They pirates on the radio. So shout out Freeman, man. Freeman in the building, man. Freeman Brown, man. But definitely, we got a lot to talk about, man. The Houston Texans are making a playoff push. And right now, as the title of this episode says, is win and get in. But before we jump into that, we are gonna talk about it, because I had to get a little break, man. It was Christmas, everybody had to chill with the family and spend a little time and all that. Look, we took a break from the All-22. We stepped away for a little bit. It's okay. That game wasn't worth watching anyway. In a matter of the defensive side of the football. I have my points on that, but we can talk about it in a second. But definitely, let's talk about this Raiders game where Texas pulled out the victory 23-21 in a very closely contested battle against the lowly future number one pick holding Las Vegas Raiders. What are y'all thoughts about that game and how the performance or lack thereof on both sides of the football? I'll start with you, Clay. Go ahead, man.
Shoot. Well, you know what? As the people in Denver, Colorado would say, you can only play who's in front of you, right? So,
Mhm.
look, to the Raiders' credit, right? They got to play. They got to play with some kind of pride, right? Like the Denver Broncos beat them only by barely a possession, right? So there's that. They took the Jaguars what to OT, I think, or
Mhm.
you know, barely
Yeah.
lost 30-29. So this isn't the first time that they have been a thorn in a competitive team side. It just sucks that from the Houston standpoint, you build up all this goodwill. You just drop 40 against the Cardinals, who are a better team, and then you just lay an egg. Like literally, almost got beat. Like Max Crosby almost snatched your soul by himself. So this was for me. Maybe I'm being over dramatic, but this was kind of like a back to the drawing board kind of game for the offense. The defense, not as much, but yeah, the same thing. Like you're starting to see, I don't say cracks in the defense, but you're starting to see like things that can be specifically exploited by a heady offensive coordinator or a head coach like Sean Payton, with a RJ Harvey against Henry To'oTo'o. And now you got, you know, now you have Ashton Jeanty with the same exact looking route, but worse because now not only did he catch the football, he broke a tackle, and you see it, the same guy jogging to the play. So,
Hmm.
look, it's back to drawing board on both sides of the ball, but I'm really more so disappointed by the offense. Just yet again, can't trust this offense and the defense. You better be glad you got number one defense, because if not, we see what this team kind of is. So
Hmm. What you got? What you got, D?
Well,
Yeah, hey,
going back.
before we go, you don't have to mute your mic, brother. It's okay.
Oh,
You
okay,
good. You
okay,
you
cool,
good.
cool.
Go ahead.
Oh man, you know what? I left that game more, and I know that the defense gave up more because it's a couple of things that I put into perspective when I watched that game. First of all, the first thing that I want to acknowledge is I want to get a brothers applauded on the Texans squad, the whole coaching staff for winning a lot of these games of late that they would normally have lost. The Arizona game, possibly, the Titans game, they could have dropped one that they shouldn't have dropped because in years past, these guys have been dropping games. I would go back to the Panthers game the rookie year. They shouldn't have lost that game, or
Falcons game.
The Falcons game the
yeah,
same year.
The Falcons game. So kudos to them guys for breaking a lot of stigmas that have been. I don't like to use this word, but cursing the team as of the years old. But that being said, I did see that. I think these defensive tackles that were missing settle. And who is it? Edwards, Mario Edwards, I believe is out.
Edwards
I think
Jr.
that's making an impact because on as far as the pass rush, because they had nice rotational defensive tackles on them big guys to keep them just rotating in and out. And I know Foley Fatukasi and Tommy Togia and
Foley's
those guys.
out. Foley been out the whole
Foley's
season.
still out. He never came back. So I heard he was supposed to come back, but he had never come
Now,
back.
AD, they gave his number away. He gone. Hashtag he
Yeah.
gone.
Okay, so he out of there. So the point of it is that we're starting to see we're starting to see the chains link in the link in the chains weaken. And I think that those chains, like those little detail players like defensive tackles, man, we're gonna need those. So, I think the Texans need to just continue to just keep it locked in and next man up and put the best foot forward, man. But kudos to him for winning. Ain't gonna kill him.
I'm gonna go ahead and get on my soapbox. Clayton, you already know where I'm going with this. It's about a man named Henry
Yep.
Noah. Before the two games against the Cardinals and the Raiders, I made a comment that we have to be very, very mindful and vigilant on defense because these are desperate teams. These teams have nothing to play for, and these teams have a limited amount of weapons at their disposal, and you can't let these weapons go off because those are their keys to victory and their keys to win the game. The two weapons on the Cardinal side was Michael Wilson and good old Trey McBride. Can't let Wilson and McBride beat you. What did the Texans do? They let Wilson and McBride score 3 touchdowns on them. So, you know, if that's their only option, then you need to be, and you're supposed to have the number one defense. You got to be able to stop them, and those options. And again, Henry To'oTo'o played a part in that. One of those touchdowns that Trey McBride scored was on Henry. No. Then you go again into the Raiders game. They have two options. They have Ashton Genty, and they have freaking what's his name, Superman tight end,
Brock
um,
Bowers.
Brock Bowers.
Bowers.
So that's the only thing you got to stop with the Raiders is Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty. Hey, Percy, you can. I look again. That end part should be your first statement. He's not the answer. And yes, he's made plays, but guess what? Henry is also by himself lost us a game. Let us not forget or be remiss of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game when Henry To'oTo'o or Henry Noah missed the sack, or not even a sack, just tackle him, just tackle Baker Mayfield, and the game is over with. Game is over with. So, Brandon Hill is, I think he already got released. They had brought him on the press court. He already got released. But and D, you can interject and go back and forth. We just having a conversation. I don't have to have my soapbox that long, but Noah definitely is a problem. But this defense has shown their weaknesses, and it's something that you don't want to get exposed in the playoffs or going towards the playoffs. You have to right the ship, and you have to figure out a solution to that. For as long as I've been a Texan fan, running backs out the backfield and tight ends have been any Texans defense, whether it be Wade Phillips, whether it be Romeo Crennel, or whether it be D'Amico Ryans. Running backs and tight ends out the back, and running backs out the backfield and tight ends have been the Achilles heel for these defense, for the Texans defense, for majority of their whole livelihood as being a franchise. So if you know that is a problem and a cause, you need to right the ship and do better and figure out personnel wise. Nick Casario, D'Amico Ryans, you have to figure that out. Get you a linebacker alongside Azeez Al-Shaair. And that's one thing he was sorely missed in this game against the Raiders, and that's something that needs to be highlighted as well, which is why he made a Pro Bowl. He's been playing that well this year. Azeez Al-Shaair made a Pro Bowl, so definitely got to address this going towards after we win the championship, after we had that parade down Kirby. We'll address it in the offseason, but you definitely need to look towards more athletic, speedy linebackers than headhunting linebackers like a Henry Noah.
Yeah, I think, and see, and this is why I'm going to be stickler on the offense, right? Like, I don't want to nitpick too much on the defense because without our defense, we're like a 5-win team, right? So I'm not going to go too hard on them. Yes, there are specific weaknesses that a smart OC or situationally where a head coach can identify, right? Having said that, this is why Nick Caley and the offense and CJ Stroud, this is why they need to do their jobs. And arguably, they shouldn't be able to get any type of like rest players treatment because, again, if your defense is not number one, okay, that can happen. They need to be able to trust you to carry the torch at least for a quarter or two. Something like the defense should be allowed to be imperfect for a quarter, right? And be able to trust it. Okay, cool. CJ got us. The running game got us. Kaylee got us. But when you start now, what happens is when you start losing time of possession, that's when you're going to start seeing like this defense get gas. It don't matter if you have the 85 Bears. If a defense is on the field, like they're the offense all game long, like they're going to get beat. So this is why I'm on offense. That's why I'm looking at them and saying like control the clock, stay on the field, right? Help the defense that has specific weaknesses, especially as you get into the playoffs when you're going to face nothing but top tier coaching and top tier offenses. Like you're going to need that. Right, so that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, what you got, D? Anything additional you want to talk about?
Yeah, well, definitely. I'm just a second Clay. That offense is going to have to wake up. I mean, it's been past time, and we don't want to go into the playoffs, with you ain't made any kind of progress when it looks like we're making progress in the the Buffalo Bills game, and we making progress, putting up 20 plus in these other games and running off on them. But then you turn around again, and if it wasn't for that catch that Nico had at the end of that game, who knows what would have happened, So, I mean, they just got to wake up on this offense. I think Kaylee, I don't know, man. I don't want to do like how we did Bobby Slowick with not giving the guy another chance. But at what point do you look at a person, a play caller or whatever, and say, well, we're going to go in another direction? Because you're going to be able to probably jeopardize C.J. Stroud's growth as well, which is what I'm thinking is going on with Jalen Hurts out in Philadelphia. I mean, the guys had 3 or 4 play caller changes and system changes or whatnot. So, stuff like that, the consistency is what I'm more concerned with. But,
well, to me, it's, let's take this Raiders game into consideration. Let's just talk about the Raiders game in general, because there's been hiccups and there's been a learning process. I think I said this on the last episode last week, that you have a brand new offensive coordinator and a young quarterback trying to learn a brand new offense at the same time. So you have that hurdle that you're trying to get over, and they're going to be hiccups, and they're trying to learn along the way. Nobody's trying to give excuses to Nick Caley at all. Nick Caley has to be better, but let's put the onus on the other side too. CJ Stroud has to be better himself. CJ Stroud has to hit those wide open throws. There were so many missed reads and missed open throws against the Raiders that could have moved the ball consistently down the field. And it's not even saying you got to hit those deep shots. These are 8-yard outs or 7-yard outs that he's just overthrowing in the stands, that he's just missing to a Nico Collins, to a Christian Kirk, to a Jaden Higgins. These guys that, especially Higgins and Noel and Xavier Hutchinson, that need the ball in their hands to get active, to be, a kind of a positive light on offense, to, when they're not going to be featured. Your feature player, especially right now, is Nico Collins. So you're definitely going to get, Nico Collins involved. He's going to get majority of the reps. But what happens when Jaden Higgins disappears? What good does Jaden Higgins offer you if he's not even getting targeted? Jaden Higgins had 2 targets and 1 catch against the Las Vegas Raiders. That's Nick Caley issue with the style of the Earnhardt Perkins offense, as well as CJ Stroud not delivering the ball. I think, shout out Houston Stresses, he posted a clip. I think it was one where CJ overthrew Christian Kirk. I think it was for a first down.
Yep.
And what happened is that Nico sat in the hole instead of Nico progressing on the route, and he kind of blocked CJ's vision into getting the ball to Christian Kirk. It's touchy, but at the end of the day, that's the miscommunication. That's the problem with the Earnhardt Perkins and the option routes that the receiver has, is that Nico's running that option, Christian Kirk is running his option, and then coincidentally that they're running at the same time. They're basically almost running into each other, and they run into the same path, the same throwing path. So you have those kind of confusion things, but that's something that they have to clean up. I'm a proponent of Nico Collins shouldn't have an option. Nico Collins needs to tell him where to go, and he go. So, but definitely, yeah. I mean, no, the running game, it was okay, but I think the running game has to be improved by better players. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Joe Mixon was the heartbeat of that run game last year that made it work. I think Joe Mixon got 1,000 yards rushing in spite of blocking, and I think the same thing is we've gotten most of our rushing yards this year in spite of the blocking. There has been some opportunities that we've had here and there, but definitely I think the talent, Woody Marks was missed, but you definitely need better talent at running back going forward. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna have that killer run game ever, not this year.
No, not at all. Because I don't know if you saw it. I made a video on TikTok some weeks ago about Joe Mixon. Was it the Chargers game? Anyway, regardless. No, man, Joe Mixon, his attitude, it's not just like quick twitch because he wasn't the fastest dude, right? He just had the vision, the physicality, the finishing ability. Like you said, AD, like he manufactured so many yards because he had almost like that pseudo Le'Veon Bell type of like start stop to him, you know. And with this offense now, like it's tailor made for a player like that to be able to kind of, I guess, options way out of like either bad run concepts, poor blocking, or bad situational play calling. Jawar Jordan and Woody Marks is much more of like a get the ball and go, whatever it is. And look, they've been successful somewhat, but I'm just annoyed at the fact that the reason why we're so hard on the passing game is because they're overcompensating for so much because you can't run the ball, right? Part of the reason why the Texans are such a bad, 1 or 2 yard team or bad red zone team, you can't run the ball when you want to, right? That's the difference. A lot of teams can run it when you're not looking for it, like on 4th and 25, like sure, you'll pop an 18 runoff, sure, 18-yard run. But when it's another team knows you got to run the ball, that's when it matters to run the ball. And no, you don't need QB sneaks all the time to do that. It's just it sucks we can't hand the ball off, and somebody besides Woody or Jawar, like we don't have a finisher right now at the running back position. We don't have a Derrick Henry. We don't have a Jonathan Taylor. And this offense would be elite if we had a guy like that. Then absolutely, sure, you can be the physical outfit to run the ball downhill. But until you got one of those guys, I'm sorry, D, go ahead, blast off. But yeah, that's just yeah.
Man, I was gonna say, man, I call now Woody to me, bro. And I might get knocked for this, but to me, Woody's a godsend as far as what he's been able to substitute in replace of Joe Mixon. We know he's not Joe Mixon, but then I call him. I call a guy the closer because think about these games where we needed to go ahead and just get the first down and get. How many games has he closed out in the first in the fourth quarter just by getting the first down? Tough running. The Colts game, the
Bills game,
the Chiefs game, the Bills game. Was it the Cardinals game as well? I call Woody Marks the closer, man. He puts his body on the line, and he ain't getting them big breakout runs like you would see a Joe Mixon because he's not Joe Mixon, but because he's still a rookie too. But what he contributes to the game with his pass catching ability out of the backfield, and he does have when you compare him to and no knock on the brother, we much respect to what he did for the team, but when you compare him to Dameon Pierce, to me, bro, he's a surplus to what Dameon would just see the hole, and if it closed up, he didn't have any, to me, decision to go ahead and change the lane or quick cut the ability. I see Woody holes that should have been closed. He go ahead and get the extra 2 or 3 yards. So I mean, I get what you're saying though. But Woody is still, to me, him combined with the experience of Chubb, the tough running of Chubb. I think they don't make up for what Joe Mixon does, but they supplement. I guess they just make it not so bad because it could be worse. It could be Dameon Pierce, bro. He wasn't hitting. His first year was dynamic. He just would not find those tough yards when we needed them, though.
Dameon Pierce, look, we can pass on, move on from Dameon Pierce because I'm trying to keep a little positivity going on. Again, fan favorite. Shout out to the fan favorite Dameon Pierce, but. And if anybody that watches ball know Dameon Pierce was not it, and those that wanted to keep banging the table for Dameon Pierce, y'all got some issues.
I think another thing, I'll just give it to you. The play calling, I think, also it makes the run game even worse. Like there's no creativity to getting the ball to your runners. Like that bothers me too. Like if you watch a bunch of other teams just run concept wise, right? There are multiple ways to run the football. Right, jet sweep, like fakes. Oh, stupid. But double agent. But no, like it's the fact that Nick Haley, his creativity is like.
You talking about that great toss third and 1?
That's what I'm saying. Like Nick Haley, I'm sorry, Nick Haley. If you ever play Street Fighter, which I'm assuming you have, like. The one person in the game you never want to play is the one. Well, it's the button masher, that guy. Then it's the other one who finds out how to do the Hadouken or the Mortal Kombat uppercut, and that's all they do. Like That's Nick Haley. It's like once he finds a play that he likes or works, he just spams it the whole time with no context whatsoever. There were so many tosses that went for negative yards, and I'm just trying to figure out why. So it's not just that the O-line can't get pushed. It's not just that the running backs are, getting swallowed up, by dudes. It's the fact that you have an OC who situationally just does stuff with no rhyme, no reason, no feel, and like that kills your run game too. So all this to be said, it's the whole thing just it leaves a mess to the run game, and it leads us back to the fact that your pass game suffers because you have no run game. For whatever the reason is, you got to over depend on passing the ball.
Yeah. Look, again, do you want to add on to that? If not, I'll
Oh, definitely. Just to make it quick. One thing I'm gonna say, man, and this is something that I want to say, is that you can look at it both ways, and we ain't gonna do no wishful thinking, but you can look at it both ways. Man, going into the playoffs, not rolling like you want to be rolling, you still have the opportunity to catch fire at the right time. And if they catch fire at the right time, it's going to be harder for teams to catch on in such a short notice because you one and done in the playoffs. So if they can catch, because the defense we already know can carry us, but if this offense, this goes without saying, fellas. I think we all agree, but it's just, can they do it? If they can catch fire, if CJ can go on, revert back to rookie year CJ, which he's been playing pretty well, but he's been they forget to, like you mentioned, the overthrows and the things that's been going on as of late. He wasn't as badly missing in this situation, and maybe it's the offense system that has him not sure of himself or whatever, because it's some throws that you're looking like, CJ, what's up, bro? What's going on? But
look, I'm gonna say this. I think it's, and I'm gonna be, a little harsh on this. I think it's asking too much at this point to get rookie CJ back.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get that when I say anytime soon, I'm talking about in the next 2 months on our Super Bowl run. I don't think you're going to get that. You may get a little glimpse here and there, but you're not going to get that. And we'll be, wishful thinking if we were to get that. But right now, all you can expect is to just be competent. Just do the things. Don't turn the ball over. Get us 2 touchdowns and get us in field goal range for a couple Kaimi field goals a game. Get us that good old 20 points, and the defense is going to handle the rest. If you get us 21 to 23 points a game the rest of this season, I'm confident the defense is going to do their job and take care of business, and we'll come out with the victory. That's all we need, CJ. We're not asking you to be the hero. We're not asking you to beat the Georgia Bulldogs defense with 8 first-round picks on it. We just need you to be competent, CJ. Move the ball down the field. Limit your mistakes. Don't run into sacks. Don't do the twirl around in the backfield, running out of the pocket. Don't, step up in the pocket, deliver the ball, make the throw, and just make the game easy. Just do what's necessary and what's considered competent, and we'll be just fine.
What did you say? They gonna hit you after you throw it anyways. they gonna hit you anyway. Might as well just throw the ball. I think what's hurt CJ, and this is just me.
Shout out Larry. Shout out Larry.
What's up, Larry? What's up?
Shout out Larry Stafford, man.
I think what hurt CJ. I don't know if CJ is a live up to his own reputation or hype kind of guy. I think CJ is kind of a confidence player. I do. I think, the kind of he wears his emotions on his sleeve. So I think when things are great, he's, beating on his chest and all the stuff. When things are bad, he's, slumped over on the side. And, he's not Tom Brady where he's just, come on, guys. That's not him. But I say all that to say this. The moment CJ Stroud called himself a ball placement specialist, right? That does put some type of expectation. Like, okay, cool. If you're a ball placement specialist, and unreasonable or not, place the ball, right? And again, you got 2 6'4" receivers, one at your X, one at your Z. Depending on how fancy you want to get, it could be at your Y.
Hey, hold on. Guess what? At your Y, you got a 6'6" tight end.
Right, is what I'm saying. So you got at least 6'4" and above, wherever. And and I get it. If you want to overthrow to avoid the pick, that's fine. But again, when you're a ball placement specialist, as you say, right, and as you've proven, It's just you gotta that it has to be your thing. It has to be like that. That has to be a part of your every Sunday game, regardless of the schematics. Like a good placed ball trumps bad play call any day. Like whether it's a throwaway, whether it's putting it where it needs to go. That's just my little thing right there.
So
If you don't mind, let me add this right quick. And we getting on him because we expect better out of him. But I will give him the credit of, I'm gonna be honest. Without him playing as well as he has with him making smarter decisions, I think we can lose some of these games. Like the Raiders game, we could have lost it if he hadn't been playing as smart. He's not trying to live like the Seattle game was probably one of his worst games. Just doing too much. He's starting to throw the ball away. He since he's come back from that concussion, I believe that he's learned from Davis Mills to, hey man, live the fight. This defense is good enough. You don't want to don't give up points. Don't give them points. You know what I mean? So I think that I do want to give him kudos on. He has been, I don't know what y'all think, fellas, but he has been playing smarter as far as protecting the ball.
He's definitely been playing better since he came back from the injury. But I will say this: CJ Stroud is a typical kid right now playing a video game. If you ever been around children that play Madden or they play NBA 2K, when they hit that three or they hit that that touchdown pass down the sideline, they want to jump all in your face and yell and scream and this and that. And as soon as they throw 2 interceptions in a row or they get scored on, guess what they do? They throw their controller down, they pouting, they stomping, they pissed off, head down, all of that. CJ Stroud is the same way. CJ Stroud, I hate to say it, is a front runner. CJ Stroud loves to win and is fine when you win in the game.
It hurts, but it's true.
But when you losing, CJ Stroud shows that pout face emotion on the sideline. And I don't want to bring up last year, but I'll bring it up. The Tank Dell injury in Kansas City.
Of course.
It just killed CJ Stroud's kind of aura with the fan base, because now whenever they see him on the sideline and he has that pout face or he's upset or he's, showing lack of emotion, oh, CJ about to cry. Oh, CJ on the sideline look like he about to cry. So you gain, that's just what it is right now. And you have to, I think that comes with maturity. And you can be mature on the mics, you can be mature, to show people, but in the heat of battle, in the heat of the moment, whatever you are, realistically, it comes out. Whether you mature or immature, it's going to show. So right now, CJ Stroud just has to grow and learn from that. But you got to be even killed. I mean, can't give Davis Mills much credit at all. I'm not gonna do it. I know that D gave him some credit. Davis Mills taught CJ something, and CJ probably did learn something, but I'm not gonna give Davis that credit. I will say this: a positive from Davis Mills that CJ needs to adapt going into 2026 is the even killedness. Nothing gets you rattled. Nothing gets you excited. You shouldn't be excited because you should expect to do those type of things. Like on the mic'd up thing with the Raiders, when he had to pass to Nico Collins, he's all up in Devin White's ear. That's a dot. That's a dot. That's a dot. And come on, CJ. You can't sit up here and holler, that's a dot, when you was throwing in the stands in the first quarter, 10 rows up. Like, was that a dot? Was that a dot? So
basically, you calling for him to be more humble. You just say humble, chill out.
I don't even want to. I don't even.
Not even humility.
I don't want to say be humble. I just want him to keep your emotions in check. Yeah. Like, respect the game. Like, if you know you that type of player, that throw you made is like Clayton said, it should be expected because you're a placement specialist, right? So it should be expected that you make that throw to Nico Collins down the sideline in that moment. you know, and I must make this point because we need to go ahead with the positives, and we can move on. But Larry said this ain't that complicated. Replace Kirk with Noel or no. Go Nico Higgins, Noel, Schultz, and Marks in the backfield and get away from keeping that wide receiver close to the O line. Spread definitely out with crossing routes. So I'm gonna say this. I'm cool with that, Larry. I need y'all to get off that no soapbox.
You don't like no, man. Come on, man. I like
y'all. Look, I need y'all to understand that Jalen Noel is not that he's not talented. I need to preface this because when I say it, people get in their feelings about it. It's not that Noel is not talented. It's not that Noel can't be a great player. It just ain't his time. And y'all should be okay with that. It just ain't his time. You can't sit up here and tell me that you watch Noel on punt return and kick return every week and feel like he got something to give you in the wide receiver game. If Noel ain't running straight ahead, what is Noel giving you? What is Noel giving you?
You know he broke the rookie record on the team, huh?
On punts, on punt return.
Yeah,
because you got the number one defense that makes teams punt. So of course,
I think
you're going to get the most yards because you're going to get the most punt returns. So, and I'm not saying it's Christian Kirk time, Larry.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that it's not Noel's time. Xavier Hutchinson should be getting those reps. Anybody move Higgins into the slot. You don't have to have a slot type player to have that operation to go. Like those players are more than capable of doing that. Kirk is out there because Kirk again is a veteran that understands the EP offense, that understands option routes, understands it.
Sure, I mean
Jalen Noel ain't Jalen Noel.
Yeah,
again, I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna piss people off because I'm good at pissing people off. Jalen Noel ain't got it right here yet, and that's okay. He ain't got it here to know I can run an option over here over there.
Percy didn't know that.
Yeah, like look, and ain't nobody sitting up here saying Jalen Noel is stupid. Ain't nobody saying he's dumb, but he just ain't got that experience yet. And again, I don't really care about Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk is y'all are sitting up here hollering about Christian Kirk, and Christian Kirk is on the field for maybe at maximum 5 plays where you actually see him on the field. So we're not you talking about out of 65 to 70 plays, you see Kirk 5. Like Jalen Noel in that game would be better, yes, if he knew what he was doing. There's a reason why Jalen Noel ain't in the game, and I need y'all to understand that. It ain't that easy. Because obviously, if it was that easy, you would see more targets to Higgins. You would see more targets to Hutchinson. You would not just see Nico Collins and Dalton Schultz every game. It's not that easy. I just need y'all to realize that. But I'm gonna get off my soapbox because the Jalen Noel train, y'all gotta end it, man. First of all, it's week 17. Jalen Noel has 20 catches on the whole season, if that. Somebody fact check me.
That brother gonna surprise you, man. He gonna make
That's what hold on. Everybody love the Hail Mary. Everybody love the Hail Mary. Everybody love the half-court shot. Everybody loves that when it go in, but when it miss, what we do? What the hell? Why the hell? Why he out there? Because I guarantee you, if Jalen Noel go out there and catch a pass and he fumble the ball in crunch time and we lose a game or a playoff game, God forbid, y'all gonna be ready to burn. Because I don't want to hear that's just rookie struggles. I'm gonna let him make it. You're gonna be pissed the hell off if Jalen Noel catch that ball and fumble it. Christian Kirk, fine. I need you that same energy for Christian Kirk. Give it to Jalen Noel. Because if he makes the same mistakes Christian Kirk makes, I don't want to hear, he just a rookie.
You got to give him a chance.
We trying to win the Super Bowl.
Well, yes. Take him out there.
Well, I think
Hail Mary.
I think the cynicism is not just tied to Jalen Noel. If you follow any of my writings, I've been one of the bigger like Noel guys, like banging the table, like Noel. Like I get it. If you want to put him to the side by himself in a vacuum, sure. But the cynicism from fans from certain parts of the media is not just Noel. It's not just Noel. It's the and I forgot who brought this up, but it was the question of what was Kaylee brought in to do? Was he brought in to maximize D'Amico's vision for an offense, right? Or whatever the language was, or was he brought in to maximize CJ? And at this point, it's not just a Noel thing. Like, I'm questioning, how are we running a maximized offense when every explosive player that we could possibly have does not get PT? That's as simple as I want to make it. What it took Woody Marks how many weeks before we said, yeah, Chubb is washed? We saw that from, outside of that little burst of that little David Johnson looking run in week 2 versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Like, outside of that, what has Chubb done?
Bucks say they gave him that.
Okay.
I don't think they get the same energy to the defense though. Not trying to
Listen, but that's what I'm saying though. So that's what I'm saying. So this is why, and so I don't want to make this a Kaylee thing, but this is exactly why
it's a Kaylee thing. It's a Kaylee thing.
It is, but what I'm saying is, like, this is exactly why a head coach of the offense is what I'm looking for if they did go a different direction, because I think D'Amico, he gives a lot of latitude to the offensive side of the ball. I think less now because he has pulled back from the defensive side and he's trusted Mac Burt. And, now he's kind of overseeing all things, which is good. But I still think an OC with head coach experience would definitely help fill in a lot of those gaps to help D'Amico, right? Nothing against D'Amico, but to fill in some gaps administratively with D'Amico, to where D'Amico knows even more so I don't have to micromanage an actual OC who has head coach experience. And it's a guy who's more situationally aware and sure of his offensive structure than Nick Caley. I just can't fathom. And again, you two help me out here. Y'all are more experienced in the media space. For me, it's just the best players play. I get who's veterans, I get rookies. But when you fired a guy in Bobby Slowick, for whatever the reason was, when you fired Bobby Slowick, who had no reason playing a 5'0" Tank Dell and was putting up historic numbers with him, right? He had no problem playing these rookies and featuring these guys. You fire him and that ideology, you bring in a supposed better guy who just seems like every bit of Bill O'Brien-ish, where rookies cannot get any play, right? And all I'm saying is the best offensive coaches will find a way, even if it's a Noel who you question him over how much he grasps the playbook, fine. But the best offensive coaches find a way to at least get the tiniest bit of juice out of that fruit. I'm going to find it somewhere. I'm going to put you somewhere and get something out of you. I don't have to play you 50 to 80 snaps.
That's
but I'm
the
going to
thing.
get something from you.
They found a place to put Jalen Noel. Yes, they did.
It's not just Noel. It's not
No,
just
but
Noel.
I'm just saying, and I'm just using Noel because that's the hot button topic that the hill everybody want to die on is Jalen Noel tonight. And again, I'm gonna say this, Larry, because Larry made a comment. He said this league is about playmakers, and Nolan Hutch has big play potentials that's standing on the sideline. I'm gonna say this. That's fine and dandy. But when they don't know what the hell they doing, you gonna put them out there to run into something and mess something up or cause catastrophes? Do you want that? At the sake of saying, oh, they on the field? Because if they on the field and they still don't get the ball and they run into somebody, or they run the wrong route and they cause a fumble or a turnover for whatever reason, oh, they was out there because hopefully they make a big play. Then you're going to put it on Kaylee. When it really ain't Kaylee, it's them not knowing what the hell they doing.
I think you already answered that question, though. But earlier, but the question I'm about to ask is, which I think you already answered the question that I'm about to ask. But whose problem is that then if Noel ain't ready? Is it Noel problem? Because you mentioned something earlier.
Yeah.
Or is you think it's Kaylee's problem? Because
it's both. Because one, I think that the offense Kaylee has to dive away from that EP offense a little bit, and that's on Kaylee's. And again, I agree, Tay. It's all of the above. It's on Kaylee for not simplifying the offense to the players' abilities, and it's on Jalen Noel for not being able, and Hutchinson and whoever else that ain't seeing the field. It's on them for not properly understanding the offense to its full capabilities, because one is not stopping Nico. It's not stopping Country Bama Nico. It's not stopping pretty boy Christian Kirk. And understandably, yes, they're veterans in this league, and to be honest with you, nobody wants to say it. But Nico Collins had a taste of the EP offense. Nobody wants to bring up who was Nico Collins' first OC.
Yeah, but
Who? I don't. I just need everybody else.
who was that?
Was it Tim Kelly? No.
Yeah, it was Tim Kelly. Tim
Yeah.
Kelly was Nico Collins' first OC.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so Nico. If I'm not mistaken, it was Tim Kelly, right? It was Tim Kelly, or was it? Yeah. So he's had a taste of that offense, so he understands it, right? So again, you're asking rookies to understand 3-level concepts on routes on hundreds of different plays. Like, and when you're giving them a choice and they consistently make the wrong choice, can you put them out there? That is the whole point, and that's from the Kaylee perspective. And I'm coming back to the Kaylee's fault of it all, is that Kaylee has to do better and simplify things and not give them an option. Not give them an option.
that's what
Say,
I was
hey,
gonna say.
yeah,
That's
that's on Kaylee, and that's what I'm saying. It's on both. Is as a player, if you want to see the field and you want to get on the field, then yes, you need to be able to learn the playbook front to backwards. You need to be able to get out there and do what needs to be done.
If that
Again,
guy,
hmm?
oh no, I was gonna say that a guy with that skill set, you say keep him the options limited, which is what I agree with. But I understand that they should make. I feel like guys like these guys, 1,000-yard receivers coming out of college, you can draw up something that they're familiar with or something and feature them in games. Feature them in game. Have a game like the Raiders where you could have featured a Noah, like surprise, hit them with surprise. Maybe they got this for the playoffs because have feature games for your players. Get them some.
Guess what? Guess what? Instead of having a Wale cat, why don't you have a Noel cat?
A sweet
Why don't you have a reverse?
Yeah.
Just little things that don't call for an option.
Yeah,
Those type of things just to get them on the field and get them touches and the ball in their hands. And again, Larry, you're saying Kaylee's offense is definitely more complicated than Gary Kubiak. The Shanahan offense, I know, right? Larry, I can send Larry the link now if you want to. Just
Come
let
on
me know.
in, Larry. Come on in.
He goes.
I'm just telling you this right now, Larry. The Shanahan offense is very much so simpler than the EP offense. Very much so, especially for receivers. It's not even a question. And when you're talking about misdirection and screens and all that stuff, that's more of a run game situation than it is a passing concept. So when I'm talking about these route concepts and the options and receivers have to decide where to go, and you putting the onus on them to make the correct decision instead of telling them where to go. You know what E40 say? Tell them where to go. Like that, that's what they have. Earnhardt, yeah, right. It should be expired Patriots, but it's Earnhardt Perkins. But definitely, like you're making the receivers having an option instead of just telling them where to go. Instead of saying run this in break, run this 8-yard in, run this 9, run this 7-yard out. That's the route on this play. You're saying, well, you can run a 7, or you can run a curl, or you can run a go. Like you're giving them 3 or 4 different options on one single play, and they have to make the right one just so the ball can come to them.
And AD, I think that's what irks me. And we can move on whenever you want to.
We can move on.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm saying positive on this.
Yeah.
The game-ending play against the Raiders, like so many, throw it down there to Nico. 12 down there somewhere. When that is always your best play.
Yeah,
that's my whole thing. When your best plays are frequently the ones that are off script that have nothing to do with what you primarily called, and it's CJ and Nico locking eyes and saying, "All right, well, here we go again. Hey, follow me to the right." Your number one player should be CJ fades to the right, and that's it. Whatever happens after that is money. That's your best play. CJ fades right, somebody down there, boom, first down, whatever.
Have we thrown the fade outside of the Buccaneers game? Have we thrown the fade in the red zone?
But see, this is what I'm saying though.
And hold on, let's not forget the type of fade it was. It was.
Listen, all I'm saying is we having all this.
Y'all want to talk about that real quick, but we can move on. No.
I'm just saying it's just, but again though, the stuff that finishes and closes games are the most simplest things. Throw it to your best players. Give it to your best guys. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, that's
all
simple, man.
this just, you know,
But you know what? Since I want to bring the positivity in the room. We talking about the issues and the problems that we are pointing out and we're highlighting because we expect more. Because this team is 10-5 right now. Um,
in spite of
we
itself.
feel, and we, in spite of this, and we feel like this team should be at the very least 14-1 or 13-2 at the worst. Right now, with a few losses that came on last seconds, yeah, I agree. Septimo, that TD to show Sunday was one of the best red zone plays he had all year. Against the Raiders, that was a great play call. And I will say this again, y'all don't beat me down about it, but the Wale cat reverse would have worked. It was so bad it would have worked. The one that he was reversing the ball over, doing the reverse to Xavier Hutchinson, it would have worked if Dario Gumba Wale would have just handed the ball off to Xavier Hutchinson, who all he had to be was a defensive tackle
That's what
5 yards away.
that's what I'm saying. Sweet. Addison ticket to the house. That's
Yeah,
yep. That's it.
you actually making my point because that's more of a Kubiak style offense than it is an Earnhardt Perkins. So Sean McVay, hey, I understand that, but hey, let's get real with it, Larry. But again, the positivity of it all is, fellas, we're on a 7-game win streak.
That's right. That's the biggest. This is a
7.
different team than we've ever had before,
Not
brother.
not
No
one,
doubt.
not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, but 7. 7 of them. CJ Stroud amount of wins in a row. And right now we have the possibility to either be the 3 seed or be the 5 seed, if everything works out correctly. So all we got to do is keep winning. And right now we got to turn our attention to tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we need to go ahead and look at what we can do and what's needed to be done to beat a Chargers team, which I feel is going to be a very gritty battle because the Chargers don't play lackluster defense like other teams we played. They're going to bring the heat defensively. And Justin Herbert is not a joke. Justin Herbert has revenge on his mind.
Hey, man, respect to Herbert. He's been one of the toughest dudes I've ever seen. This man got surgery December 1st. They've been undefeated ever since. And this man has not just stood back in the pocket, just, scared. No, this man has still off running. He's stiff armed with the surgery hand. Like, if that's what they're on, it's like, yeah, but you got it. I got stuff to say, but we're going to get to it.
Yeah, no. Look, that's the part that we're talking about. We're talking about the keys to victory and what we need to do. The Houston Texans need to do. I agree, Larry. Shout out, man.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, we're gonna make them go back to San Diego. With that dirt baseball field.
Oh wow.
They still playing on that, huh? I thought they would have got
No. They ain't so far, but we talking about Larry. So make them go back.
Boy, I remember that.
Go back. They played on that good man. That was good prime. That was good prime San Diego.
Boy,
they playing up there in the San Diego Padres Stadium in Qualcomm Field. Nobody remember that, huh? But Larry said, yeah, he come by Agent Zero. Look, as much as I love Aziz, shout out to Aziz for making the Pro Bowl again. I'm not losing Aziz in the playoffs for just to knock the blonde out his hair. I'm not doing that, Larry. We can be excited and all that. And Aziz has lit up, which has made him the Walter Payton Man of the Year for the Houston Texans as well as a Pro Bowler. Because I guarantee you, Aziz would have made a couple of his we all thought he should have made, he wouldn't be a Pro Bowler or Walter Payton Man of the Year. So let's just hold it down. Let's hold it. Let Henry be the crash out. I'm good. We can lose Henry for the playoffs. I'm good. We can lose Henry. We can lose 39. I'm good. Let Henry be the crash out. Let Henry go do that. Let Aziz sit back and do his thing and be the positive influence. I'm gonna start with what I always start with is the trenches. You got a lot of questions right now on the offensive line with Ariante Ursery playing, not playing. Trent Brown is out, and so what shuffle are you gonna make? Is Blake gonna be able to prove himself? Is Blake Because right now, Blake Fisher is the guy you're looking for that potentially should be able to play next year. He played majority towards the end of the season last year and played decently well. He came in not focused, out of shape, and got beat out by Ariante Ursery. Is Ursery playing? Is he not? Are we gonna be able to run that six-man offensive line? Will we see a city so again? Please, Jesus, no. Um, and so, you know, I think that we have to. I think that we have to focus on the trenches on offensive line and defensive line. Can the defensive tackles hold up? Can we operate with just running a doggone Sheldon Rankins and Tommy T? Can we get more production from somebody else in the defensive tackle spot outside of those two? Can they give them reps and rest? Can Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter make plays down the stretch? Can we count on them against a piss poor offensive line that the Chargers have? And can they finally take advantage after 2 or 3 weeks in a row of bad offensive lines that we haven't been able to get home? Can you get home on Justin Herbert? Can you make a play? But the trenches for sure on offensive line and defensive line, those are the keys to victory for me, AD.
Mm-hmm. Well, you stole mine because literally word for word, I was about to say, yeah, defensive line. um, like defensive line, basically you stole the whole thing. The Chiefs were down 3 starting O linemen. You didn't ravage Patrick Mahomes like I thought you would. Mm-hmm. You played the Raiders, who many would say have probably a bottom 3 offensive line that Geno's gotten whooped behind all year. Mm-hmm. You had way too much time. You got cooked the entire game. So on the Colts game, Daniel Jones with the fractured fibula.
Why couldn't we take out?
And you couldn't get him either. So it's like this is where it's like absolutely specifically key number one for me is like D-line has to dominate. Simple, point blank, period. This defense, just like in San Francisco, just like in any defense, is predicated on being able to get home. The reason why zone blitzes work is you get home. And if you don't, that just allows the quarterback to sit back there and just pick you apart. One by spot by spot. Yeah, you got Stingley back there. Yeah, you got Lassiter. But again, they tell you on Madden, if any quarterback can sit back there long enough and find pockets, they will. So there's that. Second key for me, play calling, situational play calling. Can your play calling keep you on the field, right? Like if you're in short yardage situations, do your play sets look like you're trying to either pick up that first yard creatively or you're going with your strengths? Me personally, for example, I wanted this. If we're talking fade balls, like we were talking about earlier, can we get a fade ball on, let's say, second down, maybe third, or even first down, right? Can we not wait until, right? Can we not wait until the defense knows we got to try something to do that? So whatever Kate is going to decide to do it one down earlier, and I bet you it's going to work, right? So that's number 2. And then number 3, finish in the red zone. I know that's a general point, but again, finish in the red zone. The Texans, to their credit, they do a good job of getting from 20 to 20, however they get it. But as soon as they get to that last 20, it just, I don't know what happens with Kaylee. I don't know what goes down, but they just all of a sudden start trying to reinvent the wheel instead of continuing to move forward towards that paint. So that's really my 3. And if they do that, I think they should beat the Chargers. And adding one last caveat, I did a rewatch of the Chargers-Texans game, and virtually you have a better defense than last season, but your offense is worse than what it was, and you still beat them by 20 points. And I get it. It wasn't just an offensive explosion, but your offense put up 2 touchdowns, 1 in the air, 1 on the ground. Like, if we're splitting hairs, it's about the same thing, if not worse, this year. So it's like if you did that with a better offense and you still won by 20, can you win by 3-7? I think you can do that. And I think they clinched the playoff spot because they understand the moment. And this to me feels a lot like that Dolphins game last year where they came out and they dominated and they won and they clinched the playoff, berth, whatever. And that was it. It feels a lot like that to me. So,
yeah, I mean, it's a win and get in, D. What you got?
I gotta, second them with the red zone. first of all, with you guys with the red zone. They're gonna have to be able to take opportunities when they get them and score, and be creative in that red zone. And I'm a irk you when I say this, but I think they need to come out there with a package for my boy. They need to bring my boy. It's surprise him. The what you call it? The Willie Cat? What you call it? The
Wale Cat, man. The Wale Cat, man. Go ahead and get that.
Would you like to see that? Would you like to see that they break that? You okay with that? They need to get my. You got to surprise these guys. Jim Harbaugh is top tier elite coach. He just hasn't won it on this level, but we know he won it on the collegiate level. Mm-hmm. But I mean, these guys are going to be out for blood, revenge, like you say. Justin Herbert's going to be out for blood. He's playing tough ball. Just got to watch out for the guys like Keenan Allen and Ladd McConkey. Don't let them kill you, which we're not really too much worried about it with our defensive backs. I don't think their run game is all of that scary with the rookie.
No.
Yeah.
They run game. Run game is legit, man.
Would you put them above a team like, let's say, would you put the rookie above rookie like Gente? Vidal, what's his name? Vidal?
Playing way better than Gente. Gente, for whatever reason, Gente is a spotty player, and he just so happened to have one of his best games of his career against us. He has. I don't think Gente had a game this year above, other than I think one other time above 75 yards.
So what's Gente? So Vidal, I think he got like 600 something yards on the season.
But Hampton is the home run hitter.
Hampton. Yeah, Hampton.
Vidal is a good running back, but Hampton is the home run hitter.
So as long as they can keep that under check and keep, because we were mentioning it, their passer rating allowed, they second behind us on holding opposing quarterbacks to about a 70 something, 74, I think point something QB rating. So their defense is legit. And, as long as CJ has to play sharp and, Nate Kaling under being his back, and CJ can't miss his opportunities. This is going to be a Saturday primetime game in a hostile environment. And when he get them opportunities to hit the open throws, he can't be overthrowing guys. You can't be underthrowing them and just take it. I would rather him play as a game manager than try to take crazy chances, because those guys aren't going to be looking to take the ball away as well.
Tom Brady won 7 rings on that.
And penalties. Make sure you stand sharp. It's no illegal, unreported lineman downfield and all of that. Just play sharp, man.
I hear one more Blake Fisher call for illegal shift because he didn't do this.
Yeah.
But it ain't even. Look, I ain't putting that on Blake. We're not gonna put that.
I'm talking about.
Man, I be in the stadium. I see this man come up. He run on the field doing this. Look. I'm gonna say one more thing, man. I brought up earlier about how teams have weapons. Well, the Chargers have more weapons than the Raiders and the Cardinals. But I will say this: you got to watch Quentin Johnson.
Yeah.
He has been balling these last few weeks. He has been making spectacular catches. He's finally feel like he's finally figured it out in LA. You got to find somebody. And Larry said put, Kamari on Quentin Johnson. Put Stingley on Ladd. That's fine and dandy, but you have to stop their weapons. I don't need Azeez and Henry blitzing or shooting the gap instead of just reading the gap. Because a lot of times, these linebackers, they'll shoot or read the wrong hole or shoot the wrong gap, and that'll allow a normal 3 or 4 yard run to be a 15, 20 yard run, and you're relying on Miles Bryant to make a tackle, and everybody knows that the Texan fans hate Miles Bryant, okay? So we don't want to rely on Miles Bryant to make a tackle on the third level because your linebackers aren't reading and reacting correctly and allowing a 3 or 4 yard gain to be 15 to 20 yard gains. So that's one. And again, I talked about the running game being and stopping that, but you also need to stop their big play hitters and Ladd McConkey and Quentin Johnson. If you're able to stop them, and again, we're talking mostly on defense, because guess what? I don't think we expect much from CJ Stroud and offense. We just can they at least get us a touchdown and a field goal? Can they get us 2? We'll be ecstatic. But right now, I feel like this is going to be more of a defensive battle, and I feel like the Texans have to take advantage and can't get beat like they have been the last 2 weeks on defense. But other than that, I'm predicting the Texan victory. I don't know about y'all, but Clayton, I'm gonna let you go ahead and give your score prediction. Then I'm gonna let D give his, and then I'll go ahead and round it out. And then we're gonna go around the league and close it out.
Cool. So I will continue the trend of the 20 plus point games. I don't like it, but I'm gonna just stick with it. Speaking of the defense giving up 20. Give me Texans 23, Chargers 20. I think the Chargers score 20 again. And I think the Texans maybe either walk off field goal or just, they play ball control late. Finally pick up that clutch first down, and that'll be it. 23-20.
Mm-hmm. D, what you got?
Oh man, I'm a diehard fan, so I can't pick against the house. And if it was a situation where you could, I would. But I'm going Texans. And it's just this is a game that they're going to have to be the sharpest that they've been in weeks to pull it out. Because Jim Harbaugh, like I say, he's not a slouch. You thought Pete Carroll was something. They discredit that Pete Carroll head coaching over there Raiders why the game was so close when they played. The Raiders had played other teams really close as well, 1-point games and whatnot. I think even with the Jacksonville, I think they lost by a point or something. But either way, I'm giving the Texans, man. I don't think they're gonna be able to win by just 10 though. Not with Herbert on the other side, and then you got, like you say, Keenan Allen and Quentin Johnston and Matt McConkey. I think that they can pull. I think we're gonna win at 20. I'm going 24-21. Texas. I'm going 24-21.
Another 3-point win. Oh yeah. Look, we coming off the Christmas holiday. Oh yeah, of little faith. Oh yeah, little faith. As much as I've been talking, I'm still riding with the boys. I'm still feeling confident. I got the Texans winning 27-17. Go ahead and put that 10 spot on. Go ahead and do what they do, and we're gonna all figure it out tomorrow at 3:30. But speaking of that, before we move on around the league really quick, and we're gonna rapid fire this one. I know people is tired. It's Friday night. Somebody just got paid. And then we about to go ahead and go at it. But I think if I'm not mistaken, all three of us, as the Birdman would say, all three of us will be at Carbark Brewery and excuse me my southern speaking tone, but at Carbark Brewery, all three of us will be in attendance along with Houston Stressings, Ruben, Mr. 713 himself, as well as Harley. Y'all know him at the lead, and Wheelhouse Media will be there as well. Shout out to Attack on Texas podcast. But we will all be in attendance. You may even get a surprise visit from my other co-host, Jules. You may get a surprise visit. But y'all see this flyer right here. Y'all make sure that y'all are in attendance at 3:30 so we all can watch and have a good time at Carbark Brewery, 2032 Carbark Street, Houston, Texas, 77092. If you want to go ahead and be a vendor, or if you want to go do anything, but make sure you go to HoustonStressers.com and register so you can go ahead and be in attendance with the guys. And it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time, and we're going to all cheer and celebrate as the Texans clinch that playoff spot. We just going to wait and see on Sunday where we going to land. Are we going to be 3? We're going to be 5? We're going to be 6? Where we going to be? We just know we ain't going to be 7. So y'all make sure y'all in attendance of that. And be sure to, have a good time. But as we go, let's go ahead and go to the Week 17 slate. Majority of the games already went down because they happened on Christmas Day. But we'll start right now with the Baltimore Ravens and Green Bay Packers.
Yes, Green Bay.
Green Bay.
You got Green Bay as well?
Well, hold on, because Jordan Love, he's out. So
Lamar, I gotta. They out of the playoffs. Are they out of the playoffs? They still got an edge.
No, if they lose this one, they're out.
Yeah, if they lose this one, they're out.
They going. I think I'm gonna go with the Ravens then. I didn't know Jordan Love was out.
Yeah, I got
You know what?
I got the Ravens winning the game. You got them?
I got Malik Willis.
Okay. Oh wow.
Got Malik
Okay.
Willis. Yep.
Malik Willis is
Where the game at? It's in Green Bay.
yes, in Green Bay.
Yeah. I see why. Yeah, okay.
I got Malik Willis. Hey, Malik was. Hey, he was playing. He was balling last time.
Hey, Lamar Jackson gonna turn it up. Next game we got Seattle at Carolina. Carolina's fighting for their playoff lives. What do you got?
I got Seattle.
Seattle at Carolina. I'm gonna go with Carolina, man. I'm gonna go with Carolina, man. They for real this year.
I ain't gonna go that far, but I'm gonna say they played a lot better, and I think Seattle kind of has accepted their fate right now.
2 seed.
Yeah, well, they got a chance to be the 1 seed, but they fighting for that 1 seed as well. I think Carolina pulls the upset because they're at home, and I feel like they're fighting tooth and claw because Seattle's in the playoffs regardless. They're just battling for seeding, but Carolina, if they lose this game, is potential that they don't make the playoffs. Bless you, sweetie.
So Seattle are gonna play their starters because they still trying to get.
Oh yeah, no. That's this. Yeah, no. Next
Well,
game.
they could drop this one because it's still about week 18. That's the whole thing. So they could choose to do that, or they could choose to play straight through it. But it's going to come down to week 18, Seahawks versus 49ers. Assuming the 49ers win out. Like if they don't win out, then yeah.
Yeah. Next game we got is New England and the Jets.
New England.
Can we pray for a Hail Mary for the Jets and they win the game? They upset New England.
Division games, man. Them division games, but I think that them going with the pass on that one. I think they're just trying to pick high in the draft at this point.
They got the number 1 pick currently as it stands.
Hey, you heard the NFL investigating tanking allegations, so
we will see.
They might try to win.
They may pull it out just to stop the cause, but you got,
Y'all say to get that heat off of them.
Yep. Next game we got Tampa Bay, Miami. Yeah. Miami, I think Miami upsets them.
In Tampa Bay?
Huh?
In Tampa Bay?
No, it's in Miami.
Buccaneers, are they out of it, man? I know they had.
No. That's what we were just talking about with Carolina. It's them in Carolina.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
they
the
fighting
Bucks.
for their lad. They fighting for their 4th seed.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
I'm gonna go with Miami upsetting them. Quinn Ewers gets his first win as a starting quarterback. Next game is a toilet bowl, as Clayton would call it. You got New Orleans Saints and Tennessee Titans. And
that's Saints.
Saints, yeah.
I got Tyler shook.
I think Tyler gonna get shook by that Tennessee defense. I got the Titans winning this game.
What?
Yeah, I got the Titans upsetting. What you got, Tennessee or New Orleans, D?
No, I got New Orleans, man, on that one.
Hey, y'all placating to them people over there to the east of us.
I know they pulled off that win last week, but now I got to rock with the Saints.
Yeah. Next game is important. It's the Indianapolis Colts and Jacksonville Jaguars in Indianapolis. Who wins that game? It's really a win-win for both of us.
It is, but the bigger win, of course, is if the Colts do the job. You know what? I'm gonna take the Colts, man. I think the Colts, they dropped basically 30 last week. And the defense let them down. I think the defense is gonna show up, and I think the Colts maybe gonna pull it out. I think so. Opening the door for a 3rd consecutive AFC South championship if we hold it down. So let me go with that.
Hold it down. We gonna hold it down.
Man, I'm gonna rock with I'm with Clay on that one, bro. I'm saying it because I'm crossing my fingers. I need old man Phillip to turn back the hands of time, man, one more time, man, and just put them on because we're gonna see in the playoffs who the real Jags are, but they for real, man. I think that it's a beautiful thing.
Right. Yeah, sauce bag.
Yeah, and but that's a beautiful thing to have a top offensive play caller right now. And what's his name? Liam Cohen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in offense and defense with D'Amico going head to head for a while. So it's gonna be a good. It's gonna be a good little deal, man. And don't forget, they can't sleep on them Jags, man. In the future, I mean, your boy out, Hunter is out for the season. So I mean, who knows what kind of added, incentive he would have had on his defense playing us, because he is legit. So, but now I'm gonna go rock with the man. I want the coach, but I gotta go. Where they playing at in
Indy.
yeah. I still got Jaguars been running through people, man. They got a point to prove.
I think the Jaguars got one. I think the Jaguars got one fall in them. I do. I thought it was going to come in Denver. I think they got one.
This is the one. This is the one here. If it's gonna come, it's gonna come here for sure.
Tennessee ain't doing it. Well, they might. They might.
You never know. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say the Colts win that game. I'm gonna say the Colts win.
I want to. I'm with you, yeah, but
the Colts upset the Jacksonville Jaguars. Either way we win because if the Colts lose, we clinch a playoff spot.
Yeah.
So what? We don't clinch if the Jags lose.
So this is the thing. If we win and the Colts win, it comes down to week 18.
Well, no. If we lose,
I'm saying if we lose, that's what I mean. If we lose and the Colts win, it comes down to week 18.
Mm-hmm.
If we win, we in regardless, and the game don't even matter Sunday for Jacksonville, and then for Indy anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. Let's see, because we got a few more games to go through. Let's go ahead and let's talk about Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Shedeur, does he get a win against Pittsburgh and Cleveland?
No, not this year. I got Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna go Cleveland because they gave the Bills a run for their money, man. And I think the Bills and they were playing in Cleveland. The Bills are a much more competent team than the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm-hmm. I'm going Mr. Discount double check. Going King, yeah.
Got Pittsburgh. I got you. We got another toilet bowl. We got Arizona Cardinals and Cincinnati Bengals.
That's Cincinnati because if Burrow's still playing, then I got Cincy.
Yeah, that's why I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. Cincinnati, man.
You got another battle for the number one pick. I agree. Cincinnati wins that game, but you got another battle for the number one pick right now with the Las Vegas Raiders and New York Giants. Both 2-13. Vegas at home. Who wins that game?
Boy, such shenanigans. But they taking turns tanking over there. Like you resting your guy? Okay, cool. We resting 3 of our guys. Oh, what? Back and forth. Shoot, Max Crosby done almost requested a trade. But shoot. Wait, you saying this is Raiders? Oh, Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they both suck.
It's the number one pick.
Oh wow. You know what? I'll take the Raiders, man. I think the Raiders looked too good last week against us. I think JT is probably going to propel that win. So yeah, I got Raiders.
Yeah. Okay. What you got, D?
Since I heard that news about Max Crosby, they told him to just go ahead and rest up, and I think they trying to lose on purpose at this point. So it looked like they were trying to win last week, but man, who needs the quarterback more is who gonna tell me. I guess I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
The Raiders.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Raiders. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Raiders because I think they trying to get that dude that just won it all.
Oh, they so sorry. Oh, the Raiders are so sorry.
And I'm telling you this right now for people that don't know, the Raiders, if they get the number one pick and they take Mendoza, they just gonna be the same Raiders over and over. Mendoza ain't it, y'all. I hate to bust y'all bubble. Next game we got is Philadelphia and Buffalo. This has heavy playoff implications for the Houston Texans. If Buffalo loses, the Houston Texans jump a spot. Again, especially with the victory on tomorrow, and they can. But Buffalo losing and them win, and the Texans winning, they can jump all the way up to 5 without even talking about the Jaguars and Colts.
I got Philly. I think Philly's on the roll. I think their offense is waking up. So, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm taking Philly.
Yeah, I got Philly as well. Even though they're playing in Buffalo, I think Philly has a lot more to play for because they don't want to play either of the Seattle Seahawks or the San Francisco 49ers. So it's pertinent for them to keep that number 2 seed and to continue to win.
Yep.
So they definitely want to win that game. And then the next game, the Philadelphia Eagles going to be cheering for the San Francisco 49ers because they don't want Chicago to win. So yeah, who y'all got in Chicago and San Francisco when they're playing in San Francisco?
I got San Fran by 2 scores.
I got San Fran as well. What you got?
Man, I'm gonna go with Chicago, man. I'm still going back to how we did San Fran, man. I think that Chicago could do the same thing.
Okay. And last game, last but not least, another on Monday Night Football, you got the Rams and the Falcons. I got Rams winning with their backups in this game.
Yeah.
Rams, yeah.
Yep. Look, man. Look, Brandon said they NFL wants a big media market team like the Giants to have the number 1 pick, and then a big New York news story about the Giants are just trading for number 1.
Shout out B Haller, man. He always tap in on the real Texas talk too, man. He excited. Shout out to him.
I feel like he a cyborg because he everywhere. He been on everybody.
Yeah. Okay. B love the Texas, man.
For sure, man. Shout out Brandon, man. For sure. But yeah, definitely. D, I want you to go ahead and let us know where we can find you. Follow you. I'm about to hit this banner right here. So y'all see the banner at the bottom. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and follow, like, share, and subscribe to all our platforms, especially Mr. Blastoff himself, Daryl. Y'all go ahead and you see it right there. The YouTube is there, the Twitter is there. Y'all go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to his Twitter at BlastoffENT and then _ENT and then YouTube BlastoffENTCO. But again, give us one more good pep speech, before you sign off, man.
I'm good at that, man. I'm just gonna put it out like I've been putting it out, man, on the socials, man, that I know that we got questions about our offense and things and the offensive coordinator and the CJ's consistency and, is he regressing or not? But I truly believe, for me being watching this team since 2002, been a fan since 03. I watched this 02. Truth be told, I was an Eagles fan back in the day, Donovan McNabb. We didn't have a squad. But once I seen Andre Johnson making those miraculous catches his rookie year, I was like, yeah, I'm back. So I've just been watching this team, man, and this is different. This is the most complete team. I want to ask you guys a quick question of this team now going up into Foxborough. What was that? The varsity jacket year. Don't you believe that this team could have pulled it off? Fellas, this team.
If we had Arian Foster, hell yeah.
What you think, Clay?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think this is the best built team that they've ever fielded in franchise history. So I posted today. They got at least 4 either all-time greats right now or going to be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We never had a team this complete. We've never had cornerbacks both safeties, both corners, 4 interceptions. We've never had a team like this, man. And it's rare to even occur in history, period. And but again, man, D'Amico and CJ making history, 3 years in a row, 10+ wins. This is just a historic team. We haven't seen anything like this. And even though it doesn't look pretty, this is still the most competent team as far as all across the board. What they say, Bill O'Brien used to always say, complimentary football. I remember him preaching that more than anybody back when he came in. And so this team is the most complimentary team, definitely. Even though it doesn't look good on offense, it still could be worse. But I'm talking about way from Frank Ross over there to Nick Cayley, to D'Amico. It's a team. It works together. You can't always have the best of everything. Long as this is good enough and this is great and this is good, you can win it all. So I think that these boys, man, I'm going to say it here again on the H-Town Rundown. I've been saying it all seasons. At the beginning of the season, I'm picking my Houston Texans to go all the way, bro, because this is just different. I think that these boys are hungry. These boys, you can see it in the way they play. It told the story for me with the way they came back in that Jacksonville game, that when from 19 points, that these boys believe in themselves. And if they can believe like that when everybody else got out the stands, but they believed in themselves, then I got no choice but to rock with them boys. They plan to go all the way. They not playing for no divisional round loss, bro. They not playing for the AFC. They not playing just to go to AFC. They playing the way they're playing now. They playing for it all. They just trying to work out the kinks. So that's what I got. That's me.
Yeah, look, right now the Houston Texans right now the Houston Texans, there has not been a clearer path for the Houston Texans to get to the Super Bowl than what it is right now. There is no clear-cut favorites. There is no super dominant team in the AFC. The Houston Texans have beaten just about all the teams that's in the playoffs, especially when we went on Saturday. The only team we wouldn't have beaten would have been the doggone Denver Broncos and the Patriots because we didn't play them, but we've beaten every other team, on down. So this is definitely an opportunity for the Houston Texans to get to the Super Bowl. Go ahead, and when you get there, all bets off. You raise that Lombardi. And I'm telling you, Kirby gonna be probably tear down. They're gonna tear down NRG so we can build a new stadium just because of the Super Bowl.
You talking about grown men, tears in their eyes, statues built, street names changed. Holiday, it might be a holiday for real. Houston is a football city. They just ain't did it yet.
Whatever you saw with the Astros parade, that's gonna be cute compared to what it's gonna have. It's gonna be barbecue and rims everywhere. All gonna be,
I'm telling you this. They're literally gonna have to shut the city of Houston down.
Shut it down, bro.
There's no way anybody can get to work.
Oh no,
it's gonna be all 45, 16, 288, 59. The Beltway 8, 99, all them gonna be shut down. All them gonna be traffic galore because everybody gonna be trying to get down the curb and turn up. And
don't you feel it, fellas? Don't you feel it? Like I'm saying what you're saying, you speaking what you're saying, it get me emotional, bro. Because that's exactly how that's gonna go. Like it's gonna be like, man, blind people gonna walk like they say them rodeo, they're gonna ride horses down there from Eagles home to I'm telling you, man. With signs, I'm telling you, that's what's gonna happen. People gonna walk. People gonna walk, man.
I'm trying
to get downtown for a parade.
It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be a sight to see. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. The city of Houston deserves it. We deserve it, man. We deserve it. We got our 2 with the Rockets. We got our 2 with the Astros. It's just that time for the Texans. Yeah, it's just that time for the Texans to go ahead and bring that Lombardi to Houston. And leave no doubt that Houston is if not the greatest sports city in America. Let's go ahead and take that label from Dallas and become America's team. Let's just be America's team. America gonna love everybody. Love coming down to Houston.
Yeah, they do.
Everybody love coming down to Houston. Let's go ahead and make it everybody's worthwhile and have that Lombardi sitting right there at NRG. So when you walk in the stadium, you pass by that good old Lombardi. So again, man, I appreciate you, Darren Blastoff. I appreciate you coming in. Shout out Clayton. Shout out to chat. Y'all been going crazy today. And shout out everybody watching us live on all the platforms on Twitter, and YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. Y'all been watching us live. So we appreciate y'all. And we will see y'all, man. Again, I'm gonna post this one more time, man. I need to see y'all. I need y'all to go ahead and hit that registration button. And we all need to see y'all right here at Carbark Brewery on good old tomorrow. And I'm about to say Saturday. Tomorrow at 3:30, man. It's gonna be food, drinks galore. You're gonna have a food drive supporting the Houston Food Bank. So you're gonna have a positive side to it as well. That benefits those that are in need, especially around this time during the holidays. So y'all make sure y'all come out, support, celebrate, drink, have a good time as we go ahead and toast up to the Texans' victory, getting into the playoffs, knocking down the Chargers, just having a good old time in H-Town, baby. Again, man, we will see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.
Peace out, man. Appreciate y'all, fellas.
Yes, sir.